I know that if you don't take care of yourself, you don't do good work.
So hi, I'm Dr. Shauna Shapiro, and I'm a professor at Santa Clara University, and I'm a scientist and researcher, and also a clinical psychologist. And I'm here in Copenhagen to talk about integrating mindfulness into the workplace. So mindfulness is really a way of being in the world. It's most associated with a meditation practice. However, mindfulness is much more than meditation. It can be practiced all the time because it's a way of being present in this moment. And the formal definition of mindfulness is the awareness that arises when we intentionally pay attention in a kind, open, curious way. So there's these three parts: intention, attention, and attitude. Intention is just knowing why we're practicing. Why am I paying attention? What is my intention? What is my vision? Attention is simply paying attention, focusing my attention in the present moment so that I know what's happening as it's happening. Attitude is how we pay attention, paying attention with kindness, with openness, with curiosity. So we're actually interested in our experience. Instead of judging it or interpreting it, we're just feeling it, knowing it directly. And this is mindfulness.
And you're not really in control of your thoughts. Watch your mind, just pay attention. You've been paying attention. It just goes where it wants to go. Anne Lamott has a wonderful quote. She's an author in the United States. She says, "Your mind is like a dangerous neighborhood. You don't want to go there alone." You really aren't in charge. Your mind is going where it wants to go.
Mindfulness has many benefits. In terms of benefits for the workplace and for business, it has been shown to increase productivity, to increase attention and concentration, to increase creativity and innovation. It's also been shown to increase well-being, to increase job satisfaction, to decrease stress, to decrease anxiety, and to increase interpersonal well-being, to enhance relationships between employee and employer, to enhance relationships between colleagues. So mindfulness really has many benefits across multiple dimensions.
You know, evolutionarily, our attention focuses on what's wrong. That's how we've survived. We look for the threats and the dangers. And it's very important now to start to retrain our mind to look at what is working, what's positive, what's beautiful. Not in a way where we ignore the difficult, but in a way where we see the whole picture.
So one more thing is the part of mindfulness that includes self-compassion. I think this is something that is really neglected in the West, this idea of treating ourselves kindly and with care. So often we beat ourselves up, we judge ourselves, we feel like I'm not okay, I'm not enough, this isn't good enough. What mindfulness does is it retrains the mind. It teaches us a different way of being with ourselves that is more compassionate, more generous, more accepting of our experience. And as we start to practice this with ourselves, we learn how to practice it with others, and it becomes a more natural way of being.
Mindfulness also increases creativity and problem solving. It increases innovation.
So, self-compassion, how do you practice it? Well, in the West, we've been taught, our Western psychology with Freud, Western philosophy with Thomas Hobbes, Western religion with the Catholicism, original sin. We've really been taught that there's something wrong with us and that we need to kind of keep ourselves in control, otherwise it'll be anarchy. And mindfulness teaches a very different approach and perspective of human nature, which is that we're inherently good. And to start to trust our own goodness and our own okayness, and to be compassionate when we see things that are not skillful. When I'm impatient, instead of saying, "Shauna, what's wrong with you?" I say, "Oh, interesting, impatience." And I see it clearly. And by holding it with compassion, I'm learning how to treat myself with greater kindness. And at the same time, I'm more able and more likely to change and to become more patient because I'm creating the learning environment that's most conducive to change. When we're afraid, when we're in fear or shame, the parts of our brain that are responsible for learning shut down. When we feel safe and not judged, we actually have the capacity to learn and change.